ಏನಾಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕುತೂಹಲ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಜನ. Okay, we'll start. So, governor can't withhold the repassed bills, says Supreme Court. Sir, what is so special in this? It is already mentioned in the Article 200. So, what Supreme Court is telling here? Correct alva? 200 already is. Matthen heladu? What governor has done is, he has withheld the assent. Means I said that I will not sign. And also send the bill back to the house. Got it? Withhold the bill means he said I will not sign, and also send the bill back to the house. Okay. Means both the things he has done. So Supreme Court is saying that he has sent the bills back. Okay. It was not necessary. So why you have sent that back? So they are reenacting now. Now you must sign it. Okay. For that, Supreme Court asked, why actually you were resending? What was the necessary? So from the government side, okay, so, the reply was like, it is necessary. Okay. So, like, in order to show that I am not signing, this sending the bills back is necessary. If you are keeping with him itself, that means again it will be like question mark. So it's like a understood thing that sending back is just a meaning that I am not signing. Okay. But Supreme Court is saying that you have sent the bills back, right? That means now they are sending it again, means you must sign. And one more thing it has said, you cannot now keep it for president reservation and all. Got it? So some development is there. So definitely they can frame questions on this. Supreme Court took note of the okay. Sorry, it was disconnected. Okay. So government's argument that Constitution does not provide governor discretion to withhold the 10 bills repassed by the state legislative assembly. Okay. So Supreme Court is saying that you don't have the discretionary power. Yesterday itself we discussed that. Okay. In all cases, they don't have any discretionary power. Once they have been repassed, okay, so they should be treated like the money bills. That means there is no option for you, you must sign like that. Cannot reject. Chief Justice heading a 3-judge bench remarked. Okay. And Article 200 says if the bill is passed again by the House or Houses with or without amendment and presented to governor for assent, governor shall not withhold the assent therefrom. Okay. But justice asked why you are sending the bills back. So he said that to make sure that that I am not signing, it is like a corollary, so that it is sent back. So now you are sent back. Once it is sent back, once means they are sending again, you must sign. Okay. And he also said he cannot refer the reiterated bills to the president. So this you can expect as a question. Remaining all not so big. Everything is same only. Now, yesterday we discussed that point also. Later what they will do? So they will also keep it for president. Delay. Now they said that once it is sent back, you cannot send it for president also. Okay. First time you can send, but not now. And by withholding these bills, actually we have defied the rights of the Tamil Nadu people. It is actually lost to those people. Government is passing, but you are not allowing, means it is a violation of their rights. So we cannot allow such things. See, you have to expect the questions. Then only we'll learn. Simply we'll read and leave it. No. What can be asked in this? Okay. This can be asked.
So once the governor has used a suspensive veto, then it is must for him to give assent, right, sir?
Yes.
He can't do anything. He can't withhold as well, and he can't put it for.
Withhold is understood. He cannot do. But now Supreme Court has one more clarity that you cannot keep it for president reservation.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. That you have to expect in the exam. See, every day, every moment, whenever you read something, you expect something from that. That habit definitely gives you results. Okay. Simply reading about 200 and leaving, no. So what is something special? Where he can twist. So that you have to remember. Okay. So, case against the fact check unit. We discussed this fact checking by government bodies. Anyway, editorial is also there. So, Madras High Court decides to wait Bombay High Court ruling. What Bombay High Court says, after that I will take up the issue. Simultaneously, giving different judgments is not good. We'll wait until the Bombay High Court ruling. So that is fine. Okay. See, a fact check unit that is unconstitutional. So I don't want to discuss this again, but I hope you are remembering the discussion. The fact check, some news is there, social media or anything. So government is going to fact check it. Okay. So they are saying that whether this information is correct or not. Okay. 9 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಏನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ 6 ಗಂಟೆ ಅಲ್ಲ 5 ಗಂಟೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ 5 ಗಂಟೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಓಕೆ, ಈ 6 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಇಟ್ರು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬರಕ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಬಸ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. Okay. So fact checking by the government before the people know. Okay, how they will decide. Okay, which fact they are hiding. So that's why author is clear saying it's unconstitutional. Why it is unconstitutional? That 2-3 lines we will just mark from this. Okay, it is not something new. So Tamil Nadu government has done this fact check unit, and as per the Government of India's new rules, that is Information Technology Rules 2021. That is Intermediate Guidance and Digital Media Ethics Code in detail. Okay. One second. For some emergency. Okay. So, as per the Government of India IT Rules 2021, they have done that. Okay. But here, so it's a clear-cut violation of, Article 19. So that is important. Always the Article 19 and 21 will be in use. Always. Okay. So you all know that Article 19(1) of the Constitution gives freedom of speech and expression. Alva? Freedom of speech and expression. Okay. If somebody is saying that some news or some information, something, it is their right. If government is telling that, no, this is factually incorrect. Factually incorrect, that means you are controlling there. Okay, is there any provision to restrict the freedom of speech? Is there any provision? Yes, it is there. Okay, that is under Article 19(2). Correct, Alva? On what all grounds? On the grounds of public morality, decency, health, national sovereignty, and relation with other countries, if it is disturbed. On these grounds, and if it is going to create incite violence. Arthagattala correct agi Article 19(2) says on these grounds you can restrict the freedom of speech and expression. But here, what is that guarantee? What information you are hiding and what is going to happen? You are not releasing to public it at all, not allowing. That means it is not provided in Article 19(2). That's why it violates Article 19(1)(a), freedom of speech and expression. It becomes unconstitutional. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? So in this para, they are highlighting that one only. So remaining, I already discussed so many times. So let us not go into that again. So this is important. Making sense of the employment challenge. So this is a continuation of the 70 hours per week work by Narayan Murthy. So on that day we discussed against to that. Okay, so productivity matters. It is not about number of hours of work, and all type of work does not require the same. This article interestingly explores the reference given by Narayan Murthy. So during or after Second World War, or during that time, so how Germany worked, how South Korea worked. Okay, so they worked for 70 hours, and suddenly the growth is seen in those countries. See, they worked heavily, that is correct, and growth was also seen, that is also correct. Does not mean that India has to work like that only, okay, to achieve the same growth. Why? Because a lot of difference is there from that scenario to this scenario. On that day also we discussed, it is not about the work, whether you are doing 70 hours work or 8 hours work. Okay, yes, maybe in research and all, even that 8 hours quality thing will contribute huge amount to the alva. So this they are comparing. This is very nice actually. What was the situation in that country? Okay, so even British made us to work for 14 hours, 16 hours. Factory Act and all earlier. For men 16 hours, women 14 hours, and children 12 hours. Okay, so was it like a great contribution to India's economic growth? No. Okay, so again they are also opposing the same thing. That is not at all going to work out. Sector wise it varies. Sector wise it varies. I said for soap factory, you are working more number of soaps can be produced. But the same thing I cannot say, I will teach for 24 hours, productivity will increase, 14 hours productivity will increase. No, ಪಾಪ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ 1 ಗಂಟೆ ಕೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಇನ್ನೇ 14 ಗಂಟೆ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ? So it won't work out. Okay, so here they are saying countries which worked for more than like 12 hours, 13 hours, whatever. So especially in 1950s, the miraculous rise was seen in their output. That is correct, but that does not mean that we have to use the same thing. So let us go back to basics of economy. What actually gives income to the nation? So economy ಆಗಿರೋರು ಇದೀರಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇದೀರಿ? Okay, so what drives economy? For others I'll explain, don't worry. What drives economy? One word. What is that one thing which decides everything? ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. What is that one thing which drives the economy? Yes, ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಇದ್ದವ್ರು ನಿಮ್ಗೂ ಕೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಎಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ರಪ್ಪ.
ಲೆಸ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್.
ಲೆಸ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇರೋದು ಎಕನಾಮಿ ಡ್ರೈವ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ? ಹೆಂಗಮ್ಮ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಎಕನಾಮಿನ ಡ್ರೈವ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ಲೆಸ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್?
ಸರ್ ಡ್ರೈವ್ ಡ್ರೈ ತರ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತು.
ಏನಮ್ಮ?
ಸರ್ ಅದು
ಡ್ರೈವ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾ?
ಡ್ರೈವ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಡ್ರೈವ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಡ್ರೈವ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ ನಾನು. ವಾಟ್ ಡ್ರೈವ್ಸ್ ದ ಎಕನಾಮಿ? That is aggregate demand.
Demand.
She said that. Aggregate demand. It is not one person's demand, whole country's demand. When the demand is high, what will happen? They have to produce more. So simple. This cycle, I hope you remember this cycle. See, aggregate demand, when it is high, okay, automatically production has to increase. If the production has to increase, automatically employment has to increase. They have to produce more. That means they will hire more people. When the employment is increasing, what happens? Salary. Automatically everyone gets salary. The moment they're getting salary, what happens? Their standard of living increases, or I can say first consumption. Consumption increases. The moment consumption increases, okay, again they start demanding in the market. So it is like a positive cycle. It is a positive cycle. Aggregate demand keep on increasing. That is like a positive cycle. Keep on increasing, employment increasing. Okay, anyway, practically there is a halt. Stagnancy will be there. But it drives the economy. So here nowhere we are seeing that number of hours working is increasing the economy. Number of hours is not deciding here. Okay. See, for example, sir, you may say that production is there high means, so they may force the existing employees to work for more. See, when they are getting more profit, why they will force the people to work for more and get the fatigueness, and unnecessarily, people will leave the job, and that is a problem for them. Or if they are allowing overtime work, they are compensating more. Either of them will they will be. But here actually there is not the number of hours is driving the economy. Assume that during COVID, people are ready to work for 15, 16 hours. Please don't remove us from the job. Will the employers listen to them? Will they listen to them? No. They will not listen to them. Because nobody is ready to purchase our products. So what will I do hiring you? Means continuing with the job. In fact, other way around. Even if government arrests us, we are not ready to pay the salary. We don't have money. From where we have to pay the salary? Then how come this? So basics of economy, the Keynesian economy. Keynesian means James Keynes suggested this. ಯಾರ್ಗ ಎಕನಾಮಿ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ ಇದು. So demand drives the economy. Then where comes the role of this employment? If there is a demand, automatically whether you are working more or more people are working, okay, it was. But then how those countries performed at that time? How those countries? There was two scenarios. Either because means population itself is not there. So there is no option. Existing population has to work for more hours. Only 10 people are there, you have more work, you will definitely give more work. Or dictatorship was there, they forced them to work. Okay, it is not that by willingly they worked or the productivity increased because of that. It was necessary, that's what that did. Okay, and the demand, the change in the type of work is also should be considered. You cannot simply say, okay, more work, more. On that day also, I am also always like that. So I am never, for this working more hours. You will burn out. Even for study also, I say that. Limit yourself for studies. Problem with you is like you want to target coming prelims, so you have to finish everything, but you will not finish anything. So keep the limit. So you want to walk for 100 kilometers. So keep the target 60. I will finish 60 perfectly within the time. So what you want to do is 100 kilometers you want to achieve, you will start running. Actually, your capacity at least 60 kilometers you can cover easily. Because of your running, you will get fatigueness. So you will fall down at 10 kilometers itself, 20 kilometers itself. You cannot even touch 60 also. So at least if you cover 60 this time, next year definitely will cover 100. No doubt about it. People want to achieve more early. That's why they delay it. Instead of achieving in 1 year, they will make it for 3 years, 4 years. Got it? So if you are at least, okay, whatever I study, I will make sure that I have studied perfectly. Then the tension will come down. So you will cover in a nice manner. If not complete this attempt, next year 100% you will be doing it. So which is much better than covering half of Anyway, so here also, like you are just making them to work more does not mean that you are doing more productivity. So innovations are required, correct? Say, I will work less and less. Earlier, the same editorial you were used to take for 1 hour and all. Now, because with the help of ChatGPT, it gives idea about the article. At least it will first will decide whether this article required for me or not, which can be done in 1 minute. And second thing, if it is required, you will understand on what they are talking. Now we'll read. So in 20 minutes, we will finish it off. So does it mean that another person who, without using ChatGPT, work, reading for 2 hours, 3 hours, is it good? So definitely not. You are becoming smart. You are working less. So that is important. Innovation. Innovation is the key in all sectors. Okay. Reduce the work. Work for less hours. Be more productive rather than working more hours and being unproductive. So here they are highlighting output, demand, and labor. What is the relation? So that we have discussed how it is related. Correct? So Keynesian revolution economics knows that output is determined by aggregate demand. Okay, the total volume of goods and service produced in an economy. So if you are demanding more and more service, then you will be getting more employment. This demand for labor is entirely dependent upon the demand. There is no demand for labor independent of the demand for goods. That is 100% correct. Firms that employ more labor while aggregate demand has not increased will find themselves in the unsold goods. Correct. Simply hiring means they will be under problem. The best example is public sector undertakings. They did not worry about whether the profit or loss. They hired people. Now you know that one by one, how many public sector companies closed. So that will be the fate if you do like that. So an offer by workers to work longer hours will not ensure that they will find employment so long as the firms are willing. So you may be ready. That's what I said. Example of COVID time. I am ready to work 16 hours. Please give me salary. Take me. No. Unless there is a demand, nobody will hire you. Either even if you say I will work for 20 hours also. Okay. So firms are guided by profit motive. Employ more labor only if there is an increase in the demand for the product. Unemployment reflects workers willing to work, but firms unwilling to employ them. It would be unprofitable for them. So, okay. So, example recently, Google, Amazon, fired many people which were hired during COVID time. And why? So, IT industry was booming during COVID time. All other industries are collapsing. Because there is more demand for online things, so they hired like anything. Amazon, Google, so they were like very happy. IT people are there. Now they are firing. Correct? No? 13,000 people are fired, 1,000 people are fired from Amazon. So like that. So why? The moment demand is not there. It is not that the employee said that we will not work for more hours. Next. What about Germany and Japan? So, but they worked more time and the national output increased. Okay. So, they are highlight that they are explaining what exactly happened. Okay. See, there's Japan also suffered a lot after World War. Okay, Germany suffered. Okay, so because of that bombing and all, their workforce reduced. Means people died. So existing workforce has to complete all the work. So without option, they went for that. Okay, that's what because of bombing, people died during the war. When it came to rebuilding the economies, demand for labors were abnormally high. Because I am ready to hire people or not. That made the existing people to work for more hours. Okay. And they're also saying Germany case. You will study under world history, but one liner. Germany was under Marshall Plan. Okay. So USA was assisting the Germany to come back to the normalcy after that. First, actually, they made it to suffer like anything. Germany was made the culprit. So they asked them to pay heavy amount because of a war indemnity. You are responsible for the war, pay the all war loss. But what Germany did, printed a huge amount of money and gave it to them. That collapsed Germany itself, means because of heavy inflation. Got it? But later, as per Marshall Plan, so America was ready to help. But people are not there. People must be there, right, to work. So huge demand for the labor was there. And some force was there from the government, dictatorship. You must work. You must work. So without option, they worked. Okay. And South Korea also, they are saying, okay. So here also the dictatorship feature made them to work more. And the job was not like a service sector kind of thing. No, manufacturing, it works. In India, we are not just dependent upon manufacturing, mainly service driven economy. Okay. So all these examples they are highlighting. So about India. And another thing important about those countries, Japan or European countries or Germany, the demand ultimately it is not because of their long working hours. It is not because of that. They are highlighting the demand for their products was there. Market was there throughout the world. Ultimately, that actually, driven their economy, not because they worked more. Okay. Then what we have to do to increase output of the nation? Okay. Output of the nation. So you have to create demand across the globe. Indian product must be demanded from all countries, nook and corner of the whole world. If they start demanding the Indian products, automatically output will be increased and also employment will be improved. So it is not like at that time whether they will work more or less depending upon the scenario. That is fine. But it actually have to create the demand. That's what they are saying. See. So there are two strategies economic policy here can attempt. Use the global market or world demand to grow the domestic economy. Okay. But India's goods would have to be globally competitive. Obviously, if you are selling at higher cost, nobody will purchase. So that means they're hinting innovation. Work for innovation. If the innovation you are able to produce, give at lower cost, definitely people will purchase across the globe. Okay. Here the experience of South Korea is relevant. Most of the product inputs are available to all countries via trade. Countries' competitiveness is ultimately determined by the productivity. Okay. So South Korea has provided wonderful infrastructure for production. Okay. And almost all countries, are getting the goods of the South Korea. So that is why demand is there. So India must focus on providing that infrastructure. Okay. Innovation. So then only we can reach out to the whole world. Okay. And second is expand the domestic market. Okay. For greater output and employment, expand the domestic market. Means within India also you can spend more and more. That also provides the same opportunity. One is global, another is domestic. Okay. Sir, where we can do? There is a lot of scope. We are not having all sufficient products in India. A lot of scope is there. That's what they are saying, that both in food and non-agriculture goods services, there is a scope in India. Because so many things we import, pulses we import. So in agriculture also, there is a scope that we can stop. And also in non-agriculture, so many things we'll import, right? Starting from small pen to luxury goods like cars and all. So domestic market also improve. So that also help the country's economy to grow. Okay. Why domestic economy improving means more money in the people hand. Automatically they will start spending more. Automatically it rises the grade. Okay. So that's it. I hope you can easily tackle such questions by giving it. Ultimately, even if you take case, Korea case or Japan case, ultimately it came to demand not because they worked more. They worked more because of some compulsions, force at that time. Is it clear? So this you can read that they are talking about renewed focus on emerging technologies. For example, you know all about this Israel's intelligence failure. Okay, because we are depending upon AI, correct? But it is not up to the mark with respect to like whether we don't know how to use it or it is not in the ground reality. Okay, so there is a need of intervention. Just because our military is adopting artificial intelligence based system and all, it cannot okay. It will take care. No, that's what a renewed focus on emerging technologies is required. It's easy topic. Just you can glance once. Okay. This is about Karnataka, but all political blame game. If you want to see, that's like opposition parties are blaming regarding electricity, okay, and rainfall. Because of drought, you have to give compensation, and ruling government saying that no, we are ready, but central government is not releasing the funds. So like that blame game is happening. That's what they are explaining. Okay, Chhattisgarh shows progress, but has a long way to go. So always I say some from data point, some important things you have to take out. See, if somebody says, talk about India, all states, you must be able to tell few points about each state. About Karnataka, more should be there. But you cannot say, I don't know about this state at all. That should not be the scenario. This wonderful opportunity in interview. Sometimes it completes your whole so many options it will provide. If you start saying that, they say, okay, talk about India. Okay. So if you talk in all dimensions, for if I take Karnataka, with respect to agriculture, this is performing like this. Industry, it is performing. Service, it is performing. Education, it is like this. Resources are like this. Okay. Culture is like this. Festivals are like this. So if you start telling like this, so that curiosity will build around the same thing and the whole interview can be discussed in the same matter. Okay. So whenever either this column, usually this column talks about state, but always it is not important. But sometimes they talk about some policy matters, some I have shown. Okay. And here they are talking about the state ranking in social indicators improved in Chhattisgarh. Okay. So don't mug up all the things. It is impossible also. But here it is not talking about only Chhattisgarh. That's why you have to remember from this table, they will ask questions. Why? See, female population we who are attending school above 6 years. So you must be knowing who is performing very well in India: Kerala, Himachal, and Tamil Nadu. Okay. And in this scenario, Chhattisgarh has improved. They are comparing whole India with Chhattisgarh. See, Chhattisgarh rank, okay, 21 of 30. What is this? I think it has reduced here, right? No, this is old one, huh? Both said they are mentioning same thing. Chhattisgarh rank, Chhattisgarh rank. Oh, ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅದು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತು ಮಿಸ್ ಸೊ ಓಕೆ ನಾ ಇದೇನಪ್ಪ ಎರಡು ಓಕೆ ಫೈನ್ ಫೈನ್ ದ ಒನ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಮಿಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಲರ್ನ್ ಓಕೆ ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ವೆಲ್ and married before the age of 18 in that improvement. Okay, again Chhattisgarh has come to 16th rank. means not marrying before 18 years. Okay, again performance is Himachal, Kerala, Punjab is doing good. Punjab ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇದ್ರಲ್ವಾ 18 years ಒಳಗೆ ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡೋದು. Infant mortality rate, okay, so Kerala, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal is performing very well, okay, but Chhattisgarh some not good. ನಿಮ್ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಮೊದಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. You cannot remember, but where some exceptional good thing is that one line you have to remember. But this is important. Which states are performing well? That you have to remember. Stunted growth, okay. So here, Kerala, Punjab, Tamil Nadu. Wasting, I hope you already explained many times. What is stunting? What is wasting? Correct? Height to weight to, age to height. Age, height and height to weight. Both parameters. They will ask in prelims. Okay. So in almost all cases, Kerala, Punjab, Haryana, they are the same states are performing well. That you remember. That's it. Okay. Yes. How free cancer care alone won't help the fight against cancer in India. So, what is your opinion? After that, I will explain. Yes, Helrappa. Free cancer treatment, is it enough? Free cancer treatment, is it enough or something need to be done? ಹೇಳಿ, ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಇದ್ದವ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ರಪ್ಪ. Very important, because cancer is one such disease which is taking the life of the person. One, that is okay, but it is also killing the family members because of the economic drain. Yes or no? But government is giving free cancer treatment. Is it why they are saying that it won't help to fight against cancer in India? What is your opinion? Government is giving because under Ayushman Bharat 5 lakh insurance is there, so free care is there for cancer. But why the author is saying it is not sufficient?
This free cancer treatment doesn't focus on each and every type of cancers.
Okay.
So
No, for everything it is there. For everything it is there. See, they're not worrying. That is not sufficient. What else you can do then? Up to 5 lakh they are giving, then what else you are expecting? Why they are saying that it is not helping to fight cancer? The ground reality. See, always I say, okay, farmers completely electricity free, but I will not provide electricity itself. What is the use? Correct, no? So the same problem they are highlighting. So it is not about free care. They are highlighting. So interesting cases they are taking. For example, the report, patient has to wait like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months in the government hospital to get the testing done. By that time, cancer will move to the next level. Okay. Some chemotherapy is required. Further testing is required. So within time, testing should be done. So if it is not done, then chemotherapy is not done. Chemotherapy is not done, then cancer will grow like anything. So it is not about providing just free care. You must ensure the access. That is one point you have to take from this article. That means more number of cancer centers should be there, because it has become a lifestyle disease. Because of our food consumption, the habits, lifestyle habits, cancer has become common nowadays. So just if you say free does not matter, they are getting that service. You have to ensure that. So it accessibility issue is there. Okay, within time. Otherwise, they will not get it. And to go for the private hospital. The out-of-pocket expenditure, OOFPE, out-of-pocket expenditure, is increasing because of this. Some even go to the extent of selling their property and getting it cured. So you may say that government is giving free of cost, but actually they are not getting that service. Okay. So let us see some cases. This you can use in your essay writing whenever we talk about healthcare in India. Okay. So there it will be useful. And data by 2040, 20 lakh people a year will be diagnosed with cancer in India. So that is common. Cancer will become, see, because of lifestyle. Okay. Cancer is already third leading cause of death in India. So these both points are important. Another 20 years, 20 lakh people every year, okay, will have cancer. And now already it is a third leading cause of death in India. All type of cancer. It may be breast cancer, it may be brain tumor, blood cancer. So multiple ways, sir. It is expected to take over heart disease in infection. So they are also saying that it will become the first one. Now heart attack and all infections are in the leading. So this cancer will overtake that. Indian health system tried adjusting to these changing health needs, but there is one particularly pressing issue. Pradhan Mantri Jana Arogya Yojana is giving 5 lakh insurance per family per year, but it is not sufficient. Okay. The out-of-pocket expenditure should be zero. Why it should be zero? A common man earning like a few, like 200, 300 rupees per day. Okay. He will be saving from 5 lakh to 10 lakh from 10 years. Okay. This one disease can take away that 10 lakh just like that. So 10 years heavy work and he is having nothing. So again becoming already poor, absolute poor. Okay. So that's why always government should think about making out of pocket expenditure zero. What is out of pocket expenditure? They are giving 80,000. But for me, they're telling just pay 20,000. That 20,000 itself is very huge for me. For whole 1 year saving, it may be. So that's why it should be zero. You always stress, And why it is happening? Because of the lack of infrastructure, lack of means too much burden on the existing hospitals. Okay. Means direct or indirect out of pocket expenditure will be there. Direct means directly going to public. Indirect means you are going to government hospital, but for some other one or other thing. Even one example, like going to the hospital, for that to pay 20 rupees to the bus itself is difficult for someone. That is also out of pocket expenditure. The cost of medicine, medical test, and direct non-medical transport, accommodation. Some people has to come to Bangalore and show it to. It is free, but coming to Bangalore is difficult. Staying here is difficult. Okay. And if they are coming again, their daily work is disturbed. Their earning will be disturbed. That is also comes under this. He is, getting treatment. He is not. If he is a breadwinner of the family, gone. One side he is losing salary, another side this expenditure. See, blood investigation take at least 10 days. But chemotherapy, you have to do immediately. Cannot wait that many days. See, it is just 300 rupees outside, but that 300 rupees I don't have. He is saying. And some MRI scan and all, see, they are saying that the radiation therapy in the queue you'll get after 6 months. So what is the use? By the time cancer has completely one day also it is important. Okay. See, he's saying that for his mother, for breast cancer, outside he has spent 1.5 lakh the radiation therapy, because if he waits, he will lose her. Say, one studies they are saying, actually, what is the medical cost? 15 times more than that other cost will be there. So if that is not covered, so they will still we cannot fight against a cancer. One side you are spending money and still they will die because of cancer. So money is also waste and India is not successful in fighting cancer. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? It is as good as your government is spending 0. You are spending 5 lakh. Still you cannot save that person means what is the use of that 5 lakh? One side you are losing money and also the fight against cancer.
Sir, I
So
didn't get that.
see, I am spending 5 lakh, but still I cannot save my beloved ones. Money is also lost. Government is giving 5 lakh insurance. Money is spent. Still, it is not useful. Correct, alva? On time access sikku or badikkuludre, that is like, yes, India is successful. Successfully fought against cancer. So, losing money and also losing lives. No, is as good as you are not spending anything with a life, but actually you are losing money. So, it should be useful. That's what they are saying. So, solution they are saying that, Hedam.
So that means quality and even time should be improved.
That is what, that is the concern there. You are spending 5 lakh, that is great thing. But if it should be useful means you have to improve the access. That's what they're saying. See, open publicly funded cancer care centers in every nook and corner of India. It should be easily accessible. Not only one KC General Hospital in Bengaluru. Everywhere it should be available. It is unrealistic. It sounds unrealistic. But otherwise, there is no use of providing 5 lakh. And it will require decades to implement. But the fact that until cancer care becomes as accessible as diabetes, for diabetes patients, it's easily accessible now. Like that, the centers for cancer should be available. And financial support should be continued, and directly or indirectly, free cancer care alone won't save our people from the poverty. So one person dying of cancer, but whole family will be pushed to poverty. Even middle class family become poor. Poor becomes like very chronic. So ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? See, always ನೋಡಿ, one side, bright side, you can say, so we are providing 5 lakh insurance, which is very big. It is not about that 5 lakh. Other expenditures, one study says 15 times more than that. So if you are not ensuring that basic facilities, or if the breadwinner is affected with cancer, so how the family will suffer? Both sides they will suffer. Okay. Those who have assets, at least they will sell. Those who don't have assets, they will die. See, the cancer patient lost job. The moment company knows that he is having cancer, so it is a burden for them. They will find one or other reason. He cannot work and he will lose job. Okay. See, this will become important. Anyway, it will come as editorial. Draft National Pharmacy Commission bill released. They are planning National Pharmacy Commission. Okay. Keep an eye on that. Okay. Or you want, you can do homework now itself. No need to wait till article comes. So we know that more finance needed to wean the India's electricity grid of the coal. We know that 60% of our electricity is from coal. So how to overcome that means completely sideline this coal means they are saying that more finance needed. Correct. More finance means they can increase solar, wind, all other aspects they can increase. This electricity production can be reduced. See, subsidies to spur the economic growth. They can frame easy question from Dreams MCQ. Whether subsidies help the economic growth or not. Okay, it is data is here. Your practical experience only can help you to answer the things. Subsidies to spur the growth for now. Investment to take. Which is better? They may ask two questions. Which is better, investment or subsidy to increase the growth? Investment. Correct? No doubt about it. Investment is direct thing. But everyone will take this. How about subsidies? Subsidies help to improve the economic growth. Okay, can help anta helke kodu. It can, because somebody is helping you to your product is 10 rupees. Government says I'll give 2 rupees subsidy. So they can sell it at 8 rupees. So it becomes quantitative, more selling, more revenue for them. So economic growth. So subsidies, farmer subsidies. So that become quantitative. Our rice will be demanded more in the international market. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದನೋ ತರಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇದು ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಫ್ರೇ ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ದ growth in the economy? Option investment, second option saving, third option subsidies. Like this. Saving, by saving alone it won't help. You have to invest it. You need to invest it, then it will. Saving alone will not help the economic growth. Saving must be turned as an investment. Got it? Turned as a capital. So like that they will ask the question. Subsidies, how it will help? So ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? See, government India spending on subsidies and rural employment guarantee scheme expected to rise ahead of the 24 election. Because of election, they will be increasing it. That's okay. See, here they are telling. See, subsidies and transfer payments are increasing the consumption. The moment consumption are increasing, production is increasing. Production means employment. Employment means more salary, more life standard. So this will boost the subsidies. Common man go help ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. What it will increase the consumption. Okay. If it is given to industry, they will give it competitive price. So both sides it is correct. Unless you don't have this knowledge, you'll feel like subsidies is waste, right? How they are giving money, so it is lost for the government. No, that will also, but it must under no. Investments, yes, but subsidies, if it is not towards like growth oriented, you cannot ensure that growth. They will ask like that only. Generally, like can, possible, which of the following can increase the economic growth? Must anta kotra only investment. You cannot ensure from this. ಹೆಂಗ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ದಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ನಾನು ತೋರ್ಸೋದಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಕಾರಣ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ತೋರಿಸಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ ದಟ್. ಹೌ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್.
ಸರ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ರಿಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ?
No, that is to get votes, but what economic question can be formed?
Okay, sir.
Okay. As the election is heading, chances are means it will increase, like that they are saying. Okay.